Hello and welcome, family, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all, family, all your ways, and that you're moving into living life in your own narrative. Time is of the essence, family. And I'm telling you, when you make like one step towards that, it's absolutely incredible how much the divine, the Most High Creator, will start to move in your life. I have to do a testimony at some point. I have to do a testimony because I am literally reporting from paradise, but it's so important that we keep an eye on everything. And we talked about this happening, family. Everyone knew this was going to happen. And basically, the Malian government has said that a Western-backed military Western-backed military officers attempted a coup over the weekend on May 12th, between the night of May 11th and May 12th. And they said, they didn't provide any details or evidence. That's what the Western media is doing. But they say that, an unnamed Western power tried to regime change. We all knew this was coming. I mean, these people are so predictable. At this point, it's just embarrassing. Who do you think the Western-backed power is? I mean, seriously? Are we? But I guess, they have their reasons. So, family, what I'm seeing from this Mali military government is that they are really aware of the nature of the beast that they're dealing with, because the international political arena is a very slippery slope, family. The odds are pit against us. They've done everything to make sure that we're divided amongst ourselves, so we're so easy to take out, which is why you've seen them do so much to isolate Mali so that they could try and take down this government. Of course, we knew they'd try. And didn't the French foreign minister literally like a couple of days ago say that, Mali would pay? And, I've been listening to the West African French, revolutionaries or French versions of Dr. Mumbi show. And our people are awake, family. They're aware of what's going on. And a lot of people were saying, solidarity with Mali, be ready. A lot of people are saying since the coup failed, we might all of a sudden now see the jihadists all of a sudden manifesting themselves and, performing attacks. It is a performance. That's what that word was, not by accident. And when you look at how Western media, because Western media immediately picked up this story and they put a spin on it. And so what they're trying to say, even France 24, they wrote about it. They say, Mali's military junta says it foiled an attempt. So they give the whole story, and they say, there was a statement that was released by the Malian government, and they said these soldiers were supported by a Western state. The attempt was thwarted thanks to the vigilance and professionalism of the defense and security forces. And it mentioned arrests and said the detainees would be handed over to justice. Their identity and whereabouts were also not revealed. The statement from Mali also added that checks have been strengthened around the capital of Bamako and at Mali's borders. And then now, so they tell you this, a military source speaking on condition of anonymity spoke of around 10 arrests and said others were underway. The government statement said all necessary means were being mobilized, family, for the investigation and to find accomplices. So French 24, because I want you guys to really understand why the narrative is everything, and why if we are serious about our liberation, then we need our own CNN, BBC, whatever you want to call it. We need our own narrative. That is so important, or at least to push our own narrative with the means that we have right now, which is what is happening in West Africa, because everyone is on code right now. All the citizens are on code. They got those messages down to the villages, man, of how France is trying to do this neo-colonial invasion. So there's no way that they can pull these tactics that they've pulled for the last 50 years. I swear, these people are uncreative because they're not creators. Anyway, So, so they go on and say, no indication of the attended coup that reportedly happened last week has surfaced until Monday evening. So they try and like discredit it a little bit, and then they talk about the two military coups, and then they also bring up the jihadists. So family, these people, they're snakes, man. They're slippery. I mean, come on. Unnamed Western power, we know who it is. We know who it is. And it shows you how important the narrative is that even they had to even report at the unnamed Western power and then discredit the story. And that was kind of the theme. If you go and research this story, make that an assignment. Go and research the story and then see how different nations cover it. And try and see if there's any African publications and how they cover it. If you read French, it would be so much easier. Because you'll see that the mainstream media, they tell the story, but they put a spin on it to try and discredit, and then they call them the military junta. No, now they're the Malian government family. But we knew this was happening. This is who we're dealing with. Family, there's a war going on. Spiritually, it's been raging on in earnest, and we've won. But if we've won spiritually, then you best believe that heat is coming to the physical level, but victory is already on our side. So we're going to see a lot of dismantling. A lot of dismantling, family. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I mean, how predictable was this? How predictable? Seriously. Until next time, family. Tuko pamoja.